Thursday.
Today on One, your daily dose of local affairs and social media commentary.
Today on One, Transport Ministry petitioned on illegal public transport operations. Youth to assist police in fighting crime this festive season. Women in business empowered through UK trade program. And Ashburton Investments donation boosts squatter cricket development program.
Members of the Namibia Public Passenger Transport Association are calling for the Minister of Works and Transport's intervention in the mushrooming of illegal public transport operators. This comes as the association's last resort after numerous efforts and engagements with the line ministry's previous ministers, but have yet to receive feedback in addressing the issue. The association's Secretary General notes that since 2010, illegal and undocumented public transport operators have infiltrated the industry with unregulated vehicles on medium to long distances without public transport permits or public driving licenses, adding interventions to be introduced to remedy the issue.
We as Namibia Public Passenger Transport Association have always tried to contribute positively towards the ministry's efforts and also giving inputs to the draft bill, which is to replace the Public Transport Bill Act 74 of 1977, which has brought the industry in disarray. Our petition, therefore, we call on our Inspector General to instruct law enforcement to act immediately against the corrupt practices of illegal operators on all routes, as it has caused legal operators with permits not to earn an income from the industry in as much that they only operate their vehicles which they pay installments, insurance and the driver, as well as ensuring that these vehicles are roadworthy and also pay mass distance charges. Secondly, to instruct the Ministry of Works and Transport to finalize the draft bill on public transport with immediate effect. Staff of Road Transportation Board to be held accountable for issuance of permits to vehicles not permitted to transport commuters on medium to long distances. All permits issued in violation of the law to be revoked. Local authorities not willing to cooperate with public transport industry. Proper loading terminals, traffic law enforcement operations at roadblocks ensuring no illegal transport, offloading of illegal transporters at roadblocks and continuously, not just for a day.
The petition was received by the ministry's Director for Transportation Policy and Regulation, who noted that it will be duly studied, further giving clarity on the public passenger bill, also highlighted in the petition.
The first issue is that the public passenger bill, which we have referred to, the lawmaking process takes long, but we are glad to say that it's already been approved by CCL. So some of these issues will immediately be addressed by this. So it's not that we're not doing anything, it's already in the process. The second part is that road safety is at the core of the ministry. Secondly, lawlessness is not something which the ministry condones. But all of these issues will be addressed, I think, with the relevant stakeholders and see what should be done in the interim while we're still waiting for the bill to be passed by Parliament.
According to the association, Namibia's public transportation industry has approximately 20,000 vehicles operating with legal transport permits, of which 17,000 are used for short to medium distances in the urban environment, and the remaining are for rural and intercity transportation, of which majority operate from the capital city.
Every morning I leave home not knowing if it's the last time I say goodbye to my mommy. On my way to school, I see a lot of drivers who do not follow the rules of the road. Some are distracted and others make poor choices that could take my life. I stop, I look, I listen before crossing, and even encourage my friends to do the same. But do you know that if you hit me at more than 60 kilometers per hour, there is a 80% chance I don't survive. I only stand a chance if you, the driver, drives at the right speed, which is less than 40 kilometers per hour around the school area. Do the right thing and save lives.
This message was brought to you by the National Road Safety Council.
Youth from Karatura have launched a community watch initiative in efforts to combat crime alongside the law enforcement in Windhoek over the festive season. In the coming weeks, many residents of the city will depart for other parts of the country for the summer holiday, leaving homes and businesses unattended, which usually leads to an increase in the crime rate. Young men and women from Karatura came together and formed the Community Watch Initiative to patrol the streets in groups to ensure safety for the duration of the festive season.
So we are giving a hand back to the community. We have decided to meet them halfway to prevent crime, and then we have a group. So when you keep someone busy, it takes off all the things that were supposed to happen in the streets. So you bring the people on board, then you give them positive thoughts. So it's actually youth empowerment. The Namibian police is together with us, and some security companies, they are also part with us, and the Boxing Federation of Namibia, it's part of us as well. With their procedures that you have to go through so that we can know and trust you that you want to work for the community.
Youth from Koma's Boxing Federation are also participating on the project, and the chairperson said that they are volunteering their time for a good cause by ensuring that the city is crime-free.
It's very good to keep young people engaged and kept busy. It's also an opportunity because some of them, through this initiative, they can also get to know a lot of things that they did not know before. So it's just also a form of participation for us giving back and to make sure that our members are also kept busy.
The project has been approved by the Namibian Police Force Koma's regional office. Speaking on a similar matter last week, Deputy Commissioner and Head of the Public Relations Division of Nampol, Kauna Shikwambi, emphasized on the importance of the community's involvement in the fight against crime.
As we are now embarking upon festive season holidays, definitely this is the time which is where housebreaking is very prevalent, because majority or many will be traveling elsewhere and for holidays and so on, leaving their properties. Some leave them unattended, and that is a risk. Fighting crime is everybody's concern. The police is not everywhere and every time at every place. So really we need to mobilize ourselves and jointly fight crime.
Wearing green reflector vests and a card to identify themselves, they will walk along all corners of the city and place signs at properties and areas that need priority. They say fellow youth that wish to contribute their time are also welcome to join them.
The more pretty dresses, the merrier. It's the season to sparkle in character dresses for girls, only $99.99. And for baby girls, just $69.99. Why pay more this Christmas? Get more in store this festive. Life's better with Pep.
The UK government recently launched the Trade Forward Southern Africa program to support partner countries operating across the Southern African Customs Union and Mozambique. Trade Forward Southern Africa is an £8.9 million program that is part of the UK Prosperity Fund Global Trade Programme. According to Charlotte Fenton, the charge d'affaires of the British High Commission in Windhoek, the TFSA is committed to provide technical support and capacity building to the Namibian government to achieve inclusive and women-centered growth for regional and international trade.
In order to see the most transformation for regional trade and international trade, we need to see greater gender equality. And this is a position that the Trade Forward Southern Africa programme shares with the Namibian government. So a commitment to inclusive and women-centred growth. There are 4 pillars to the programme, and one of those is women in trade. So we're looking here to support the growing number of women-dominated businesses to reach external markets, both regionally and internationally. The programme includes a information hub which provides information to businesses looking to expand and looking to trade, so how they can reach the key markets, price figures, and how to find the right buyers. And there is a specific page on the portal that is dedicated to support women in trade.
There are various blueprints aimed at accelerating intra-African trade and boosting Africa's trading position on an international, continental and regional platform. According to Fenton, this new economic partnership agreement will help Southern African countries to overcome the economic barriers to trade when moving goods between the UK and SACU plus Mozambique.
The Economic Partnership Agreement ensures duty-free and quota-free access for goods imported into the UK from the SACU countries and Mozambique. And for exports from the UK to those countries, the agreement provides for the removal of or reduction of tariffs and tariff quotas. So the Trade Forward Southern Africa programme is there to help businesses establish those relationships, set up those trading partners, and once that has happened, then the Economic Partnership Agreement helps to overcome the economic barriers to trade to allow the movement of goods between the two countries.
The UK government also recently announced that it supported the Namibian government with over £300,000 through the Southern Africa COVID-19 Humanitarian and Remittance Relief Fund for emergency assistance to communities worst affected by the impact of COVID-19. These funds will be used to promote food security interventions in communities that have been heavily impacted by the COVID-19 pandemic.
The Namibia Statistics Agency is busy with census mapping, a prephase for the main population and housing census to be conducted in 2021. Census mapping aims to demarcate the entire Namibia into uniquely defined units of enumeration areas to provide an accurate national geographic frame to conduct census. To find out more, tune in to Conversations with the NSA, Saturday evening the 26th of December as from 7 p.m. Play your part. Be counted.
Cricket Namibia recently received a boost of just over 300,000 Namibia dollars to their development program, which will now be known as Ashburton Quarter Cricket.
I started from 2018 when I was in grade 5 here at our primary school. My friend Elias, he told me to get involved in cricket. Then I told him why not, so then that's when I started. He taught me all about friendship and balance so that I can't overflow in the sport, so I can just stay deep into it. Mostly I also like basketball, but I would love to carry on with cricket in the future.
Ashburton investment representative described the program as special as it offers children an opportunity to be exposed to the game of cricket.
What makes the sport so special? And there I can speak as a cricketer myself. I think what you guys need is a bat, you need a ball, you need a surface that's fairly reasonable, and we can play the game. And isn't that fantastic? For us, it's such a privilege to take this game into rural Namibia. for wherever we can take it and just see the kids play, enjoy, and make the best of it. The program has, over its 11 years, brought cricket to more than 100,000 Namibian youngsters. We've got great stories. I know today we've got Ben Shikongu also with us. Now Ben started his cricket career with Ashburton Quetta Cricket. Today he represents our national side. Ben was part of our under-18 team that went to New Zealand at the World Cup, so great to have you here. Another success story is Rista Dirgard. She's now representing our ladies side, also again starting from root base and moving up through the ranks. So ladies and gentlemen, what a fantastic story, and for us as Ashburton, it's such a privilege to contribute and to be part of the sport, to develop your youngsters.
At the donation event, Cricket Namibia Chief Executive Officer explained to the kids what role team sports play in assisting in the development of young children.
From a personal experience, and it was testimony again this year with COVID, to see what a team sport does for development of young children, where you learn how to fit in, you learn how to be part of a team, you learn how to work together, you learn qualities in life that you will need going forward. And a sport like cricket teaches you that. It teaches you to have an individual skill, but you're dependent on people around you to make that skill better. It also, and your head coach said it so correctly, it keeps you from doing the wrong thing. It leads you into an active, holistic lifestyle where you're physically active, you grow and you develop. So cricket for me is almost an all-round life skill more than a sport.
George Lututu, coach of the Hours Primary School cricket team in Katutura, a sport enthusiast, has been coaching cricket for more than 5 years.
I love this sport because really, as a teacher myself, as a person, I'm just a sport guy. And it also teaches kids a lot of things. Getting away, as you heard what our school head girl go says, that it takes the kids out of the streets. And sport itself is just a game. It's a natural thing that comes within. Yeah. With me, it's just a natural thing. Some of the challenges that I've faced is that, all these kids that I'm facing, they are coming from different backgrounds. For example, some might not be able to come to practice after school. Some might not be able to come for different games because of the distance to work from home. But then as a coach, I also try to encourage them. And the parents, the good thing about my team is that the parents are really supporting. But then there are just those, but there are really few that can't make it. But the rest of the parents have really tried their best. That's why these kids are here.
The Ashburton Quetta Cricket Project has enrolled a total number of 31,000 children in 2020 alone from all regions of the country, and are aiming to reach 50,000 children in 2021.
Today I'm joined by a panel of men. As per usual, we men get to talk about what we men really talk about. The program aims to make sure that what is left in the dark definitely comes to light.
I did see my father physically abusing my mother, so I didn't grow up with that I should beat a woman, because I hated what my dad did to my mom.
Whether this older woman does it with you, whether she, violates you, it's sort of seen that boosts your ego as a man.
Was that as a young man, I think at 17, 18, I started dating and realized that it's a very fascinating thing to have sex and so forth. So we had lots of what we call friends with benefits.
In other leading stories, the Bank of Namibia released the Economic Outlook Update for December 2020, with the domestic economy expected to contract by 7.3% in 2020, followed by a moderate recovery in 2021. Based on the latest International Monetary Fund's World Economic Outlook for October 2020, the global economy is expected to contract during 2020 with an improved prediction for 2021. The world economy is estimated to contract by 4.4% in 2020 and to recover to a growth rate of 5.8% next year. The Namibian economy, however, is expected to record the largest contraction in its recent history, brought about by the devastating impact of the COVID-19 pandemic. The domestic economy is projected to contract by 7.3% in 2020 and to recover by 2.6% and 3.2% in 2021 and 2022 respectively. The steep contraction in 2020 is driven by sharp declines in hotels and restaurants, mining, transport and storage, manufacturing, wholesale and retail trade and construction. The improved growth projected in 2021 is expected in both the primary, secondary and tertiary industries, particularly uranium mining, beverages, wholesale and retail trade. And Namibians are playing the United Nations Mission 1.5 climate game and bagging prizes. The game is rolled out worldwide by the United Nations Development Programme to collect citizen data on climate action and to raise awareness on global warming. UNDP resident representative Alka Batia says in Namibia, Mission 1.5 is rolled out by UNDP country officers and other partners using gaming technology to connect citizens and their policymakers, while also being the world's biggest survey on climate change. Adding that the campaign educates people about climate policy and provides a platform for them to vote on the solutions they want to see. The game, which is launched under the UNDP Climate Promise, aims for countries to increase their ambitions to ensure that the global temperature increase is maintained and kept below 1.5 degrees Celsius, the level at which global warming is still manageable. Through UNDP Namibia, the Climate Promise project is providing financial and technical assistance to the Ministry of Environment, Forestry and Tourism to allow the country to increase its ambitions in its national climate pledges. The results of the game will be used by governments to deepen their understanding of citizen preferences on climate action, as well as support their ambitious goals to combat climate change.
Welcome to Comments Corner, your daily dose of local comments from the hottest social media pages. The Office of the President has announced that Semsa Fishuna Nujoma, the founding president of the Republic of Namibia, was admitted to hospital on the 6th of December 2020 after testing positive for COVID-19. The founding president is receiving treatment in hospital, is in a stable condition and is showing encouraging signs of improvement. Tara said that he is on his knees praying for the founding father to recover so that he can continue to give hope and inspiration to the nation. Kanashe said, "Get well soon, our founding father of the revolution and nation." Teresia wished Sam Nujoma a speedy recovery. Antonio Mesho said that he strongly believes that the former president will be well soon. Member of Parliament and former National Youth Council Executive Chairperson Mandela Kapere has sadly passed away. In a tweet by President Kinghope, he expressed his sincere condolences to his family and noted that the nation has lost a dynamic parliamentarian who played an important role in shaping the trajectory of youth leadership in the country. Elizabeth said, "Rest soft in the hands of the Lord." Ino Musa said, "This is indeed sad news." Joanna said, "May his soul rest in eternal peace and may the family find comfort in the Creator." Lil Choi said, "Go well, brother, until we meet again." And that is all from Comments Corner. Be sure to post your comments on our social media pages for broadcast every day only on TDN1.
He has to listen to the information. Now, that information needs to interpret it and then convert it, and that part of the brain will then absorb the information. I think it will be a huge opportunity.
What is your true purpose, and how will I commit as a leader to continue?
When you speak about the communication and how it's being received,
how do you relate to people? I mean, those respect, love, those are the crucial things before you build the solutions.
A look at the weather forecast. First, an advisory from the Windhoek Met Office. Widespread thunder showers are expected in the Zambezi region this weekend, so please do take the necessary precautions. The Namibia interior partly cloudy and hot to very hot, with a few to isolated thunder showers over the eastern half of the interior, but scattered to widespread thunder showers in the Zambezi region, elsewhere sunny and hot to very hot. The coast partly cloudy and cool with fog patches in the morning, and the wind moderate to fresh southwesterly.
Scientists are racing to find a COVID-19 vaccine. Creating a vaccine usually takes years, sometimes even decades. More than 150 vaccine candidates are being developed worldwide. Some of the trials furthest ahead have produced encouraging results. Several possible vaccines appear to have produced an immune response with antibodies, T cells, and no serious side effects. Antibodies are protective proteins that fight infections in the body. Some T cells kill infected cells. Others help B cells to make the right antibodies to fight a virus. It's uncertain how long immunity to COVID-19 would last. 6 other human coronaviruses have been known about for years. Natural immunity for the most common 4 is quite short-lived and generally lasts a few years. A COVID-19 vaccine could require booster jabs after years or even months. Scientists are using a variety of methods to make a vaccine. Several human trials are creating vaccines using the genetic code of the virus. Other human trials, and some with animals, are trying more traditional methods, such as using a weakened or inactive virus. This variety might lead to more than one type of vaccine. Having several could actually be very useful, as each one may be more effective among different people. Despite the promising progress, it's not guaranteed an effective and reliable vaccine will be found. If there isn't one, the virus might eventually infect everyone. Some scientists are hoping to have a vaccine ready for limited use before the end of this year, but most are predicting mid-2021. Once regulators have approved a vaccine, billions of doses will have to be made. Then there's the tricky task of distributing and administering it on a global scale. Collaboration will be needed so the poorest don't miss out. Health workers could be at the front of the queue to get it, but who should be next in line?
BBC World News, the biggest African and international